crazy things on Shabbat. But he was telling us Shabbat is made for us to worship. That's why we come on Shabbat day, to bless his name today. We do everything on Sunday we're supposed to be doing today on Shabbat. Like I said, there ain't nothing wrong with worship on Sunday, but it's time to worship God on Shabbat day, as he commanded. He commanded us today to worship. We are here to worship him today, to bless his name. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Let's go to Matthew chapter 4. No, that's Luke chapter 4, excuse me. Lucas chapter 4. Lucas chapter 4, praise Yah. Since I'm going to stay in the New Testament today, I'm going to do the Shabbat on the New Testament. Everybody say, how do you do Shabbat on the New Testament? I'm going to prove to you. Shabbat in the New Testament. All right. How they kept the Shabbat in the New Testament. All right. Luke chapter 4, verse 14. And Yeshua returned into the power of the Spirit into Galilee, and there went out a fame of him through all the regions around about. And he taught in their synagogue, being glorified of all. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up for to read. And there he was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Yeshayahu, Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, the rock of Elohim is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captive, and recover the sight of the blind, and set at liberty to them that are bruised, and preach the acceptable year of Elohim. But I want you to see this part here. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. When he was grown up, brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath. Yeshua, as his custom, Yeshua even knew better than be in the house of Yah on the Sabbath day, as his custom was. Remember, Yeshua was Yahuwah in the flesh, and he was in the flesh. All right? He was on the Sabbath day, as his custom was. All right? So every Sabbath day, they was reading in the synagogue. Every Sabbath day they was reading like we doing in the synagogue. It's the temple of Yah. Praise Yah. Acts chapter 18. Acts chapter 17. Praise Yah. All right. This is one of Sister Sue said right here. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. I know there's another scripture in Acts that talks about reading in the synagogue. But Musa did. But we're going to go to Acts chapter 17, verse 1 down. Now when they had passed through Amphipolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where was a synagogue of the Jews. And Paul, Apostle Paul, as his manner was, I'm talking about as his manner. We know Apostle Paul was Yakudim. We know Apostle Paul was a Jew. As his manner was, went unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the scriptures. 3 Sabbath days. So we know it was 3 Sabbath days. That means he was there for 3 weeks. Paul kept the Sabbath day, as his custom was. Remember, as his custom was, he knew to be in the house of Yah on the Sabbath day. Yes, he was apostle to the Gentiles, but Apostle Paul kept the Sabbath. He said that's his custom. Like I said, we keep the Sabbath day. We keep the feast days, as is the custom. All right? Acts chapter 18. 1 and down. After these things, Paul departed from Athens and came to Corinth, and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born of Pontus, lately come from Italy with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome, and came unto them. And because he was of the same craft, he abode with them and wrought. For by their occupations they were tent makers. And he reasoned in the synagogue every Sabbath, and persuaded the Jews and the Greeks. All right? And verse 4, and he reasoned in the synagogue every Sabbath, and he persuaded the Jews and the Greeks. That's what Paul did. And you know he went to Corinth. You know, if you do your history, I think Sister Sue looked it up for him already. He was in the Corinth church for about 1.5 years. He stayed there for a long time. So if he was there for a year, you know, that's 52 weeks in a year. You know, he was there 52 times. He kept 52 Sabbaths. 1.5 years. He was there every Sabbath day, reason with the Jews and the Greek about Yeshua Mashiach. So you know they got tired of him, but that was his custom. Paul had the right to be in the house of Yah. All right? Let's go to, I'm going to follow your lead, Sister Sue. Let's go to Yeshayahu, Isaiah 66. Sound like Route 66. Please stop.
Not that highway.
I know. Hey. Yeshayahu 66. Isaiah, verse 22 and down. It says, for as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, says Elohim. So shall your seed and your name remain. Verse 23. And it shall come to pass. I like that when Yahuwah said, and it shall come to pass. It's going to come. You already know when Yeshua says something, it's coming to pass. If he spoke out of this Torah, this Bible, you better look for it. It's about to come to pass. All right? And it shall come to pass, verse 23, that from one new moon to another, and one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, says Elohim. And this is the day in the millennium. People understand that. In the millennium, when Yeshua references up, you got to understand that. When the dead rise first and ones remain, shall change like me in the twinkling of an eye. I ain't dead. I'm trying to tell you. When I watch these dead people come out of the grave, the man in the twinkling of an eye, I'm gone. All right? Come on, Elder King. We'll start laughing, man. You know what I mean. I watch the dead rise up to meet our yard in the sky. That's right. And they'll remain like us. They're faithful, walking righteous, they're holy, they ain't in the world, they believe in Yah. It's changing the twinkle eye. Praise Yah. That's what we run this race for. And you better be running, for something else. I'm running to live everlasting life. I'm going to live forever with my Yah. That's why. Hey, that's why I do what I do. But I'm trying to tell you, what you going to be doing in the new millennium? I know one thing you're going to be doing in the new millennium. I can put money on this. I told my mom liked to bet. She said, I bet you $5 and I lose every time. I don't bet that lady because I've been losing every time. Sometimes you think I'm going to win, and I still lose, man. Still mad about my little brother, man, coming to eat, man. He said, yeah, I ate. I said, I lost that bet. Oh, I want you to see this in 23 right here. It says, and it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another shall all flesh come and worship me before me, says Yah. When he says that, this is one new moon to another moon, the one Sabbath to the next Sabbath, all flesh is going to worship. That is the new millennium. Every Sabbath, all flesh is going to worship him. Then why you ain't keep the Sabbath now? If you know you're going to keep the Sabbath in the millennium. You just say, I'm going to wait till I get to the millennium to keep the Sabbath? No, you need to keep the Sabbath now. Because if they keep the Sabbath, Sabbath's already. It's automatic. They said one new moon to the next, and one Sabbath to another Sabbath, all flesh is come and worship me. I'm trying to tell you, when we raise from this dead, from our body, get that glorified body, when we in the millennium, we're going to be worshiping on Sabbath day. I mean, that's one day you're going to go praise Yah. You already said that. If you don't go, he said you're going to have a famine. You already said it in Zechariah. These are prophecies. You don't go honor Yah. Don't go reverence him and see what happens. But I'm trying to say, he says all flesh. What's all? When Yahuwah says all flesh, everybody's going to worship on Shabbat day. So I'm trying to get you ready, TV land. Anybody want to hear the sound of my voice? Sabbath is right. If they kept it back in the Old Testament, they kept it in the New Testament, why ain't we keeping it right now in 2020? Huh? Or 400 years ago, when we were slaves, we came up in this land. When nobody kept the Sabbath day. But now we got knowledge. Now we got the Torah. Now we got priests, ministers. We got the rock the dish. We free. We can keep the Sabbath day. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. All right, last scripture Sabbath day. You know I got to go to Exodus chapter 20. These are for my children in Nairobi, Kenya. Pastor Malton. And these are your next memory verse. We'll be doing the 10 Commandments.
What did you say?
Exodus chapter 20. Praise y'all. All right, Sister Sue. Get it back up again. All right. Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall you labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Elohim your Yah, in it you shall not do any work. You nor your sons, nor your daughters, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger that within your gates. For in 6 days Elohim made the heavens and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested on the seventh day. Wherefore Elohim blessed the seventh day and hallowed it. Right? I love that. Wherefore. He says, wherefore Elohim blessed the Sabbath day. When Yaakov blessed something, it's blessed. Keep that in your mind. When Yaakov blessed the Sabbath day and he hallowed it. We keep on forgetting that. Everybody want to run through the Sabbath day like it's nothing. Everybody want to run through the Saturday like it ain't nothing. They forget that this day is blessed from Yaakov. He blessed the day. We want to receive our blessings today of Yah. All right, that is our Sabbath day scriptures for today. I'm not told I'm not going to be long with you. I can preach on that. But we're going to move on to the next part of the sermon. It's going to be the word of Yah. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. And like I said, I'm not going to be long on this one either. Because like I said, my sister, my mother, and Eleanor blessed me. I already been blessed early this morning. Man, I was just, man, my little pity party. But like I said, Yaakov took that away from me. I love that. He come to revive me. You know, he even gave me a scripture. I'm going to go to that scripture first. All right. Today's lesson of the day is stand on the power. Point blank. Stand on the power. And what you mean by that? Stand on the power. I want to go through some verses today. I'm going to talk about Moses. It says, stand still, see the salvation of Yah. That power. I'm going to talk about angels moving things out for Yaakov's people. That power. We have all them around us that don't even use it. We got the power of Yah, and we got angels. I'm going to speak that again. Angels and power of Yah to move the devil out the way. Stand on the power. I'm going to start standing. No, that's me. I'm going to start standing. We can't do it. We can't fight flesh and blood. Only way you can fight is a spiritual battle. But I can tell you, this battle is not ours anyway. It's of Yah. We forget that. I forget. I don't know about you. I keep on forgetting. Now I'm getting ready to fight this with my flesh. I'm going to start talking my mouth. And God, forget. It's not my battle. It's Yaakov's battle. So I better start using his name, his rock, his spirit, his angel. And start using my flesh. Start using my mouth. Start using my attitude. Trying to tell you, start standing on the power. See, I can start right there and leave, but you know, I got to give you some word. You know what I'm saying? I'll be wrong. Elder Kid, I got to stop and go on. I'm done. Let me stop and give you some word. All right? Stand on the power. Yaakov, thank you again for the word. I just thank you, Yeshua, just to be in your house one more time. I just thank you for everybody's presence here, one by one, name by name. I just thank you, Yeshua, for the your presence here, y'all. I just thank you for the word that you gave me earlier today, that you ministered to my soul already. You already going to minister to me, y'all. But now let me speak your word, Yeshua. Let the hearer get an understanding. Let the hearer listen. Let the hearer get knowledge and wisdom. Let the hearer take this right now so they may revive their soul, Yeshua. Let the hearer get salvation on this man, Yaakov. Let your word go forth for around the whole world, Yeshua, from the east, the north, the west, the south. Let the children, Yeshua, have understanding. When they don't understand, let them hear your word, Yeshua. Let them learn the English out of my mouth, Yeshua. If they don't understand, let them get a revelation of the English, of the tongue, Yeshua. They may learn it and keep it within. We thank you again for your knowledge of your word, Yeshua. We just thank you for salvation. We thank you for Yeshua Mashiach, Yeshua, for salvation for our soul. Yeshua, we thank you for the blood that covers us. We thank you, Yeshua, for the heavenly places that you put us in, Yeshua. We just thank you for the everlasting life that you have given us. Thank you for being a partaker of the tree of life that you have prepared for us, Yeshua. The ones that are faithful, the ones that persevere, the ones that overcome, that you have a place for us, Yeshua. The ones that mansion that you have a place for us, Yeshua. I thank you for the houses you have built for us, the place that you have prepared for us, Yeshua. I'm just asking you right now to continue to keep us right now, y'all. Shield protection. We ask you for the word, Yeshua, to go forth and do the things that you have to do. In Yeshua Mashiach's name. Amen. All right, standing on the promises. I even forgot that song. That used to be one of my favorite songs. One of those hymn songs, stand on the promises. All right. We're going to go on some scriptures right here. I want y'all to get this where y'all has been dealing with me. I want you to understand it rains on the just and the unjust.
Yes, sir.
All right? Now I want you to get how it says it rains on the unjust and the unjust. The unjust man, they get the same thing as the righteous man. And the righteous man get the same thing as the unjust man. Sometimes, man, the unjust man got cars, houses, healthy, man. They got everything going for himself. That's the unjust. Righteous man got the same thing. There ain't nothing different about that. Huh? There ain't nothing different about that on earth. And this is what y'all was talking to me this morning. And he was dealing with me this morning about the unjust and the just. There's two things that come with them on this earth. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. I ain't talking about the salvation. I'm talking about the things on the earth. So let's go to Matthew. Like I said, I'm going to give you some scriptures. Follow me real quick. I'm trying to be quick. Like I said, I ain't going to be long today. I say that. Y'all already know me. I keep on talking junk like that. Y'all already know me. If the Holy Ghost get on me and get my tongue, it's all over. So I ain't trying to say, I'm trying to be up here trying to tell a story. Forgive me if I am, but like I said, when Yahuwah start talking and give me scripture, I'm going to say one more. All right. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5, Matthew chapter 6. Sister Shelton, prophets, forgive me when you hear me jumping back and forth scripture. See, that's what I'm saying. You start writing things, you start scribbling things in your book. Don't get mad at me. I'm sorry. I have like that. I'm forewarning you already. I'm good? Okay, I'm good. Elder Kings chapter 5.
Yes, sir.
Okay, verse 44. I think it's verse 44. All right, let's go to verse 44. But I say unto you, this is Yeshua saying, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you. Pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. I don't know why I had to go to that verse. Verse 45, I wasn't trying, but I'm going. He had to read it anyway.
Yes, sir.
That you may be the children of your Father, which is in heaven. I like that. That you may be the children of your Father, Abba, which is in heaven. For he makes his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and send rain on the just and on the unjust. And that's what he was dealing with me, telling me it always go on this land. He rains on the just and the unjust. You're going to go through just like they're going to go through. See, but they don't have nobody. They can't go to y'all like we can go to y'all. You know, when they're going through some stuff, they run to and fro. They don't even know how to call y'all. But we going through the same stuff they going through. Guess what we running to? We running to y'all. You believe me? I'm running straight to y'all, crying. But I'm trying to tell you, it rains on the just and unjust. But when it's all good and stuff, they ain't crying on y'all. They ain't trying to find out because they're doing good. You know what I'm saying? Sons and daughters doing good. They working right now. They got the cupboard full with food and stuff. Their rent's been paid. They got a car paid. You know what I'm saying? Everything's paid. They got money in the bank. They ain't worried about nothing. They healthy, man. They not sick. Coronavirus far from them. They doing good. Same with the saints. We got the same way. But we better be praising y'all while we're going good like that. It rains on the just and the unjust. All right? Verse 46, for if you love them which love you, what reward have you? Do you not even the publicans the same? And if you salute your brother only, what do you more than others? Do not even the publicans so? But be you therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven perfect. All right? I like how Yeshua was saying this. He was like, he's going back and forth. Even the publicans do the same. You love just your brother only. The publicans do the same. You know, you do this, don't the others do the same? He said, we got to be perfect, even our Father. We got to come higher than that. The reason I said we got to come higher than that, I'm just trying to start a foundation. I'm trying to tell you, it's the same ball field on this earth. They got the same attitude like we got the same attitude. But Yahuwah said we got to come up higher. Perfect, as our Heavenly Father is perfect. That's why I'm trying to come with you and let you know, even though he's dealing with me about this coronavirus, you already know that I don't want to be here. I want to be across the seas now. I already know what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I have a little attitude too. He said, even though the public's got an attitude just like you, he was telling me, don't you think you're the only one? Don't you think they got somebody over there too? His wife is pregnant, they sit here and they can't go? He asked me, are you the only one? I had to say, Yahuwah, ain't the only one. And then I found out there's people over there that work over here that are straight overseas. They can't even come home to their family because they ain't let nobody come to the borders. And Yahuwah said, are you the only one? No, y'all, I ain't the only one. I'm saying, he rebuking me. This is my father. And that's how he chastised me. He said, man, I got to be perfect. I got to be more higher than that. I got to come better than that. You know what I'm saying? I got to come higher than that. And that's what he's telling me. That what we're going through on this earth is just the same as the natural man. But we got something better. We got Yahuwah. We have Yeshua HaMashiach. He says, come on, be perfect as your father's perfect, man. He said, don't you think they got the same what's going on? You know, the same with coronavirus and people acting up. Ain't it the same thing? Ain't nothing different. But we have something higher. We have something spiritual. And that's what I'm going to get at. We're talking about our spiritual health. That's why I try to tell you, my sister's talking about the heavenly home this morning, that first song, man. You know, it blew me away. You know, and then the other song, nobody greater than y'all, man. She came perfect today. Song she come in the sermon, that's of the Holy Ghost, I know. And that's what y'all is telling me, that we got help. Everybody's forgetting about the power of Yah. Everybody's forgetting about the Holy Ghost in this hour. You know, and I told you, Elder King, I don't know if you got the homework. Mom, you ain't got the homework. I want you to read the book of Esther. Sister Selton, same homework. I get homework in here. You learn. Read the book of Esther. Okay? Dealing with Esther. I told you to read the book of Esther. Sister Sue and Miss Richard, I got this from last night, so y'all ain't too late. We'll be going back over it probably if y'all want to say anything next Shabbat, Friday night, or next Shabbat. Just tell me a little bit what you read. That's good. All right. Reason I want you to see that because my Bishop McLean said it a while back, but y'all put it back in my spirit again, that you don't hear everybody talking about Yahuwah, but you see the hand of Yah. You know, ain't nobody talking about Yahuwah to this coronavirus, but you see the hand of Yah. The same time with Esther. But I want you to see Haman. Haman has coronavirus. Malachi. Malachi has the children of Jews. Us crying out, weeping, fasting, and praying. You know what I'm saying? And Esther had the answer. We're looking for Esther in the land. You know, for knowledge and wisdom to kill this Haman. Haman is coronavirus. Evil witness, wicked inventions, going there against y'all's people, to take y'all's people out. And we're asking for the hand of Yah to come through this land. And that's what we asked. So that's your homework today. All right? Let's go to Job chapter 2. Continue on. Job chapter 2. Praise Yah. This goes on with Matthew chapter 5. Yeah, look at that one, Esther 2. Check it out. That's hot. Job chapter 2, verse 10. This is when you know when Job is getting persecuted, is getting afflicted by Satan. All right? He done lost everything, his whole household. You know, now he got afflicted on his flesh. And, then, verse 9. Then said his wife unto him, does thou still retain your integrity? Curse Yah and die. But he said unto her, thou speak as one of the foolish women speaks. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yah, and shall we not receive evil? And all this day did not Job sin with his lips. And I like what I want to get you at. He says, what? Shall we not receive good in the hand of Yah, and shall not receive evil? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yah reigns on the just and the unjust. Remember, Job had it good. Then Job lost everything. But he did not sin with his lips. He did not curse Yah. He did not charge Yah foolishly. And that's what Yah is telling us. That should we not receive good of Yah and not receive evil of Yah? So what's the difference? We're still of Yah. If we do receive evil, and we receive good and receive evil, we are still a Yah. And I want to get that because some people understand, why do I get this coronavirus? Why did my parents die? They was Christians, they was served God, and they died. So we still receive evil. Why are you cursing Yah? Remember, we are of Yah, and we came from Yah. If we have to die by coronavirus, we are of Yah anyway. It's nothing different. Our time is with Yah. That means Yah knew when he was going to die. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Y'all knew we gonna live, and Yahuwah knew we gonna die. If we died of coronavirus, then we had a set time. But I'm trying to tell everybody in the house of y'all, you better get your house in order. Coronavirus or not, still get your house in order. No man know the day and hour when the Son of Man comes. No man know the day or the hour when he's coming to take you home. So get your house in order. Coronavirus or not, prepare to leave. Prepare to leave. And like I said, while you're preparing to leave, take somebody with you. Prepare them the way to the house of Yah. Prepare them for the kingdom of Yah. Thus don't be selfish and keep it to yourself. Praise Yah. Romans chapter 8. This is scriptures from last night. I gotta say it again. Yahuwah gave me these scriptures, man, last night. Elder King, I was shooting from the hip last night. Yeah. We had a meeting, man. They understand. I come to the meeting here, and I have like an hour to get ready for service, and I'll be praying. I said, y'all, you know I ain't got nothing. But when I step around this pulpit, it's like, y'all said, yeah. I started flowing for. I said, thank you, Yeshua. Thank you. Well, he gave me the word. And that's when he gave me Esther last night. When y'all gave me some stuff with Esther and King David for. That was sweet. I praise y'all for that. Because I know it comes from Yahuwah. It ain't coming from me. All right, Romans chapter 8, verse 36. As is written, for your sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. That's right, we kill all day. Today, even Satan want to slaughter us. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors. I like that. In all these things we are more than conquerors. Through him that loves us. Through him. You got to get that. Through him that loves us. We are more than conquerors. Through him that loves us. Who is him? It's Yahuwah. For I am persuaded. This is what y'all have. I'm talking about, this is Yahuwah ministering to me. I am persuaded, like Paul said, I am persuaded that neither death, no life, no angels, no principalities, no powers, no things present, no things to come, no height, no depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate, says us, I want to put me, separate me from the love of Yah, which is Yeshua Mashiach. So nothing should be able to separate me. Even this coronavirus, even these laws that try to come out. You know what I'm saying? Me and my mother, I told her about the mask deal. Then we're talking about, I'm still, then I heard now, you know, they talk about some of these places they don't let you come in unless you got a mask. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. Still, you know, and I know what they're doing. Yahuwah told me what they're doing. I know what they're doing. I know what they're setting up. Evil inventions. And I watched Flucci yesterday. What he talking about with his lying self. I say, Flucci, whatever your name is, you lying too. I'll watch you. You lying. And everybody that's sitting there, I'll watch you. The little city they had yesterday, talking about, you know, what they're trying to do in the United States and the coronavirus. And they're up there straight lying to the people. The wicked inventions, the imaginations, and what's going on. You know, and that's why I was kind of heated. I said, y'all, you know, but when he gave me this, it moved that all out the way. All what they're trying to do, which Yahuwah show me what they're trying to do, which I can't stop. Yahuwah can stop it. But like I said, which I can't stop, he just told me get out the hand. He told me get out the way. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Get my flesh out the way and let the spirit come down and move. Because this wicked imaginative inventions going on. But what? He's telling me. Principalities, angels, right there. You know what I'm saying? It's present, things to come. It says, verse 35, who shall separate from the love of Mashiach, tribulations, distress, persecutions, famine, pestilence, nakedness, pearl, sword, should I separate me from the love of Yah? This right here, should I separate me? This stuff going on with coronavirus. Should I separate me? It's the time. I'm trying to tell you, persecution's coming. Famine's coming. Tribulation's coming. This stuff is coming now in the land. And I'm trying to tell you, if you go through my book on my timeline, when I got done with the service, there was a prophecy. Spoke about the UKs, which Yahuwah said is going to happen here too. When Yahuwah told me that, I said, yeah. But he says, nothing shall separate us from the love of Yah. Nothing. So if you die this, you should not be separated. But if you go through this, you should not be separated. He's telling me this. We got to keep our eyes focused on Yah and keep our eyes off this world. That's what he's been telling me. And he had to remind me this because I forget. We only flesh and blood. That's why David prayed. So y'all remember that we only flesh and blood. We got to say that before y'all because we don't remember everything. Yeah, you don't keep everything remembered. We go through things day in and day out. But you got to say, y'all, remember I'm only flesh and blood. We got to remember that. Rehearse these things back in my heart, my mind, my soul, what's going on. Because it's only been 3 months, this coronavirus. And look what things are happening. Things are inspiring. You know, things they're changing. Things they say they're going to do and they promise, and they take it right back from you that quick. You know, now, wearing a mask, and everybody wearing masks, they're preparing you to take the chip. They're preparing you to take the vaccine. They're watching everybody be one order, one accord, one mind. I'm watching everybody. Then they're going to say it's the law. They're going to make it the law. Then they're going to say, this is going to be law now. You don't do this, you can't do this. You don't do this, you can't do this. You don't this, you can't do this. That's what they're doing now. They're taking people's rights away. Slowly but surely, they're doing it. And then it really get me, when the school bus came, we worked for the school bus, I was a kind of school bus. So I had a chance to pull their mind a little bit, you know, to ask some questions. I said, what y'all doing for school this year? He already told me, man. Only half the kids are going to school this year. You know, only half. And that made me think about it. I said, y'all,
What half?
so only half going to be in school and half going to be at the house.
He said, what half? What half?
I don't understand.
What half? I mean, what half? They say half the kids coming back to school and half the kids at home. My question is, what half?
Okay. I don't know that question.
Yeah.
The point is that, Mom, I'm looking at me that wasn't so smart in school. I'm going to go that route.
Okay.
That needed help from instructors and teachers. Didn't really get it at home. Now I'm thinking about them half. And then when you think about them half, about 2 or 3 years, 4 years, when it's time to graduate and get out of school like they did me, then what kind of jobs you going to have coming out there? I'm speaking on that half. You know, that time the mother and father got to work hard. There ain't nobody at the house to help them get through their schoolwork. They have no structures and stuff like that. They're trying to learn, or they're trying to get capability to learn it. They ain't have the capability to learn. That's what I'm getting at. They know that. They descendants and all that. They know what's going on. I'm looking at that because of this coronavirus. There's a lot of things going on for that. They're setting up on a lot of things which I'm speaking on. But I'm trying to say is as going for evil and the good. It reigns on the just and the unjust. I'm trying to say that where you going to be at in this time. I'm trying to tell you that nothing separates you in this time. Because you already, everybody at Bethel, so you don't understand, at Bethel already know we're going to be preparing right now until Yeshua comes back. So I'm trying to tell you right now, nothing so separated, you should not be in the world. Now everybody should be studying, reading, praying, fasting, seeking, every day. Every day. Looking for our Lord and Savior to come. Yeshua HaMashiach. Looking for the day that he crashed the sky, which he is. But where are you at this time? Are you worried about the world? What's in the world? What's going on in the world? Are your hearts and minds on the things of the world, or are your hearts and minds on the things above? Your affection. So like you said, I like what he talks about. I'm persuaded neither death, nor life, nor angels, wickedness, nor principalities, like the governments and powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate me from the love of Yah. And see, y'all had to deal with me on that right there yesterday, because I was like watching people straight dying, man. You know, people are dying and listening to what man telling them right now. They are straight dying. Yahuwah said, man, you better get your eyes off that now. He said, I warned people already. I've been doing this before you was even born. That's not your place. He told me, that's why I try to share with you. He told me that, and that's why I love Yahuwah so much, that he brings things to me as the prophets and apostles back then. Then Jeremiah, Isaiah, Abraham, Moses, Joshua, all of them go the same thing. They don't did their part, but I'm just walking the same walk that they did. They cried for their people, but they weren't able to change them because they got their own rights. They do what they want to do. But still, as a man of Yah, they had the heart of Yah. Even David, they cried because they said they see evil. That's why Yah said, you ain't no different from the man and women y'all back in the day. You got to keep on walking as I tell you to walk. So that's why I said it rains on the just and the unjust. You are no different. That's why Job said, that's why like Job said that. So we see good at Yah and not evil also. You know what I'm saying? But he said he did not curse Yah, he did not sin with his lips or nothing. We got to have the same thing as Job. We got to do the same thing. Yeshua says, be perfect as my Father is perfect in heaven. All right, let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 3. Excuse me, 1 Samuel chapter 30. All right. Let me go a little bit so we can keep on running. 1 Samuel chapter 30. It says right here, verse 1 and down. And it came to pass when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the third day that the Amalekites invaded the south of Ziklag and smitten Ziklag and burned it with fire. And he had taken and had taken the women captive that were therein. They slew not any, either great or small, but carried them away and went on their way. So David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burned with fire, and their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captive. Then David and the people that were with them lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. That's powerful right there. They wept when they had no more power to weep. Verse 5, and David's two wives were taken captive, Ahinoam and Jezreelite, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because the soul of all the people were grieved, every man for his son and for his daughter. But David encouraged himself in Elohim his Yah. And David said to Abiathar the priest, Ahimelech, son, I pray you, bring me hither the ephod. And Abiathar brought thither the ephod to David. And David inquired at Elohim, saying, Shall I pursue after the truth? Shall I overtake them? And he answered him, Pursue, for thou shalt surely overtake them, and without fail recover all. All right, I'll start right there. Now, see, last night I didn't finish reading that, but Yahuwah told me to go ahead and read all of this, what I'm talking about. But I want you to get to your point right here where it rains on the just and the unjust. And I want you to see this. And Job says, shall we receive good or shall we receive evil from Yah? All right? This right here was evil. Man, that just rain that came back and the whole city was burned down. Think about that. And all your stuff was gone. They wept. They cried. They wept so hard they couldn't cry no more. Then the men so grieved and upset, they want to take the captain out, the one they've been running with for a while. Their own men, thought they were brothers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Homies. I thought it was down with me. Here we go again. I know that has to be taken out, man. Excuse me. That's cool, man.
Call from +19104079730.
Yep. Praise y'all. Pray you get this. One day I get that right. But
No problem.
thank you. But I want you to get this, how David, everybody was grieved at David. Like I said, it happens good and it's evil, but what I'm trying to tell you is, David encouraged himself at this time. So he was all by himself. Just like this time too, when you get some time by yourself, coronavirus, you got your people around you, family around you, but when you get to your alone with something and things not right, what you got to do, you got to encourage yourself, man. David encouraged himself in Yah. Then he went to get the ephod. The ephod was something, man, that you asked, that you petition, ask prayer. And David went to prayer. And he was seeking Yah. He was inquiring of Yah. Petition, what do I do? Should I do this? And Yahuwah said you should do this and overtake him there. I'm trying to tell you, at a time like this was going on, we need to inquire of Yahuwah. You know what I'm saying? I said this because everybody's running to man and not to Yahuwah on their advice. I'm talking about single, not as group-wise, one-on-one. We can go to our Father by ourselves. We don't need to hold everybody to go to Yah petition. You go to Yahuwah one-on-one. When you hurt it, when you down and out, when things are not right. I'm trying to tell you I told you church, the last 3 days from Young V, Wednesday night, until now things ain't right. I told you what things they're doing on my job already. I told you how they're lying, cheating on my job. I'm telling you what things like going on right now. Coronavirus situation going on right now. Things ain't come all over me. But then, hey, like I said the other day, I went to the house of Yah. I told you I got keys to the church. And I thank for Pastor Dr. Eagle, you know what I'm saying, for the Church of God in Jacksonville. I look up his name all the time because he gave me the keys to his church. I went into that church, opened the door, you know, I shut the door, locked it, walked all the way around, and went to the sanctuary, and went straight to the altar. I had to seek Yahuwah for myself. Yes, I can come here, this is El Bethel right here. This, I got other churches I go to, but that's a place where I know of that I can go seek Yah. I went there and sought Yah for what's going on. I had encouraged myself in Yah. How do you encourage yourself in Yah? In prayer, in fasting, in singing songs like my sister just did. I appreciate that. Reading the word of Yah. Get out the TVs, get out the music. You know what I'm saying? Get out with your friends, try to talk down and everything. Get single one-on-one with Yahuwah. Seek Yah. Encourage yourself in Yahuwah and let Yahuwah talk to you. Let Yahuwah minister to you. I'm trying to tell you, that's how David did. Everybody was starting to stone him. They were riding out there, but they were grieved in their heart. They were done. Everything was taken from them. Wives, kids, sons, everything. They had nothing left. They were grieved. Then they started talking about stuff. I'm about to do David, man. Don't get all my stuff too late. They were about to take David out. Think about that, and David had nobody to run to but Yahuwah. David ran to Yahuwah. He encouraged himself in Yah. He prayed. That's why I love David. David got songs. David know how to sing to Yah. He knew how to get his right side. But see, David already knew better anyway because he was a shepherd boy anyway. He was always by himself anyway. He already groomed himself to praise Yah anyway. You know, he was already there as a little boy. That's what I'm trying to say. You need to come to Yah early. You need to get in the word. You need to study. You need to read. You need to pray. You need to sing. And continue on. So when times like this, the good times and the bad times come, you need to stay in Yah. That's why I said that should separate me, the love of Yah. Not going to separate me if I continue to encourage myself in Yah. That's how Yah was dealing with me last night. Nothing should separate me from the love of Yah if I encourage myself in Yah by reading and studying and praying, fasting. All this stuff going on. People are evil inventions. People, man and man, wicked anyway. There ain't nobody, man, righteous except Yah. I don't care how much you hear the church or not. Still, you got stuff for Satan trying to use you just as a tool, just to get me off my high horse. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Go on, man. So I can get this done. Yahuwah is good. Yahuwah is good. Let's go to Yachanan, John chapter 16. Yachanan 16. Yeah. Mom was learning Hebrew last week. Come on, Mom. Woo! Minister Richard should be coming home this weekend. On his way. My Miller brother, man. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. All right, Yachanan chapter 16, verse 32 to 33. I'm trying to hurry up going on, man, because y'all cool. I gave my message. I'm thankful. Like I said, I speak to y'all think I get word, but he be healing my soul, boy. He be tearing me up. While I'm speaking to you, he be tearing me up. Verse 31. Yeshua answered them, do you now believe? Chapter 16, verse 32. Behold, the hour come, yea, is now come, that you shall be scattered, every man to his own, and shall leave me alone, and yet I am not alone, because Allah is with me. Praise Yah. These things I have spoken to you that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation. But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. And I love that. And he told me to speak that today. You know what I'm saying? But they said, this time, you know how Yeshua in his last time. And again, I was watching the movie again. You know, and every time I watch Yeshua movies, you know, and at that time, you know, when it's by itself, you know what I'm saying, at the Garden of Gethsemane, you know, and he's by himself, man, ready to get his palms nailed, his foot nailed, stabbed inside his whip, and by himself, he says, I'm not alone, my Father is with me. I like when I watch this movie and I think about that. So that's why I watch the movies 1,000 times to keep my mind on Yeshua, the things that he went through. But he says right here, these things I have spoken to you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation. We shall have tribulation as well. But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. We have to be of good cheer. We have to be of good cheer because Yahweh have overcome the world. You know what I'm saying? We might have tribulation going through now, through the coronavirus and all what's going on right now, but be of good cheer. Yeshua have overcome the world. He overcome the world by his death. Anyway, this is going to be a new heaven and earth anyway. People forget, people try to hold on to this world. But it's going to be a new heaven and earth. You got to keep that in mind. A new heaven and earth that Yahweh prepared for his children. This right here is going to burn. So don't hold on to this world. Stop holding on to the things that are in this world that you know is going to be burnt. You know what I'm saying? We are here for a moment anyway. We're not going to be here for a long time. Especially now, things are rushing now. Things are coming to a close. Don't hold on anything. Don't cling on anything. Because pretty soon it's going to be gone. Praise God. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. Proverbs 18. Proverbs 18, verse 10. The name of Elohim is a strong tower. The righteous run into and is safe. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. The name of Elohim. Who is that name? The name of Yeshua HaMashiach, the name of Yeshua is a strong tower. And the righteous run and be into it and is safe. And that's what we need to be running into, that tower. We need to keep on running that name of Yeshua. Is a high tower. The name of Yeshua, the name of Yah, is a strong tower. Is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. The righteous run into it and is safe. The righteous. And we are the righteous. It says the name of Elohim is a strong tower. The name. And we are the name of Yeshua. Yeshua is a strong tower. Yahusha. All right. Let's go to Exodus chapter 14. Exodus 14. Exodus 14, verse 12. Is not this the word that we did tell you in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. Verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear you not, stand still and see the salvation of Elohim, which he will shew you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you shall see them again no more forever. Elohim shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. And Elohim said to Musa, wherefore cries you unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward, but lift you up your rod and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And I, behold, I will harden the heart of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them, and I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon his host, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And all the Egyptians shall know that I am Elohim, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the angel of Yah, which went before the camp of Yisrael, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. and it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. And it was a cloud and darkness to them. But it gave light by night to these, so that one came not near the other all the night. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by the strong east wind. And all the night it made the sea dry land, and the water was divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the water was a wall unto them on the right hand and on the left. And the Egyptians pursued and went after them to the midst of the sea, even all the Pharaoh's horses, his chariots and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, Yah looked upon the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of the fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, and they drove them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel. For Elohim fights for them against the Egyptians. I like that. For the Lord fights for them against the Egyptians. And Elohim said unto Moses, Stretch out your hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon the chariots, and upon their horsemen. And the Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its strength. When the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it, and the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots, and the horsemen, and all the horse of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Thus Elohim saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw the great work which Elohim did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared Elohim and believed that Elohim and his servant Moses. All right, Musa. Read the whole story. Just I want you to get an idea about the coronavirus. I want to put it in state. He says, stand still to see the salvation of Yah. You will not see the Egyptians no more. All right, Yah performed the work by Musa, by putting up his rod. The Red Sea was open. The children of Israel walked on dry ground. The chariots started following Israel. The horsemen, the Pharaoh's men, the chariots, all right? And then they start following, and then Yahuwah told Moses to put his hands down. The water came down and crushed the Egyptians. The chariots, the horses, whereas the Yahuwah, even the Egyptian says, let's stop, let's turn, because it says Israel, Elohim, fight for them. Don't you think Yahuwah going to fight for us? And this time, he's going to fight for us because the chariot. But I want you to get this one thing, that Yahuwah will get his glory. That's why he do this thing. You know what I'm saying? Stand still to see the salvation of Yah. But Yah will do this for his glory. Because the Israelites couldn't do nothing about this. So what you think right now with the coronavirus, with this wickedness of man, it's not of, if it's of Yah, he's using of man. But this stuff came from man. But Yahuwah going to get his glory out of this. It's not going to be man's glory, because man will try to eliminate the children of Israel, the children of Yah in this land. He trying to eliminate some of the people in the land. They're trying to get power and wealth in the land. They're trying to get all they can in this land through this coronavirus. Wickedness. They're trying to rule, do what they can in the land through this wickedness, through the wicked inventions, through the coronavirus. But right here, Yahuwah will use this to get his glory. Watch how Yahuwah uses it to get his glory. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He hardened Pharaoh's heart to get his glory. What you think y'all doing right here is hardening people's heart right now, going on in this land right now. What you think all this wickedness going on? He's doing a lot of hardened hearts. And men are thinking it's easy, and they think they're going to keep on doing wickedness, but Yahuwah going to use it for his glory. That's why he's telling us to see salvation of Yah. We're going to see the salvation of Yah. What we mean we'll see the salvation of Yah? We ain't going to see this stuff no more. If you living for Yah, this stuff going to be gone. You think about the children of Israel did. They walked through dry ground. They see the water on the left hand and the right hand. You know, the left hand and the right hand. They walked the dry ground. Look how Yahuwah kept them. The righteous run to be saved. It said the name of Yah is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and is safe. Run into it and is safe. The name, what you think the name of Yeshua Mashiach is going to keep us on the left hand and on the right hand? And no coronavirus is going to touch us. And all this wickedness. A lot of people losing their jobs. A lot of people's houses getting repossessed. They don't have no place to live. A lot of people losing their cars. A lot of people losing their health. A lot of people losing their minds. We got to stay on Yah. See the salvation of Yah. Not the salvation of us. Not the salvation of what man going to do. We got to stand still and wait on Yah on this. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Psalm 46. Psalm 46. Let's go on. A few more scriptures. Psalms 46. Yah is our refuge, the strength, a very present time, very help in trouble. Therefore will not we fear, though the earth be moved, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof, there is a river, the stream whereof shall make glad the city of Yah, the holy place of the tabernacle of the Most High. Yah is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. Yah shall help her, and that right early. The heathen raged, kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, and earth melted. Elohim hosts is with us. Yah Jacob is our refuge. Come behold the works of the Elohim. What desolation he had made in the earth. He made war to the cease unto the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burns the chariot in the fire. Be still and know that I am Yah. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. I will be exalted in the earth. Elohim host is with us. Yah Jacob is our refuge. Praise Yah. Read again. Yah is our refuge and strength and a very present help in trouble. Therefore will I not be feared. Therefore will not we fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof, there is a river, the stream whereof shall make glad the city of Yah, the holy place of the tabernacle, the Most High. Yah is the midst of her. She shall not be moved. Yah shall help her. Yah shall help her, and that rightly early. The heathen raged, kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. Elohim host is with us. Yah Jacob is our refuge. Come behold the works of Yah. What desolation he hath made in the earth. He makes war to cease unto the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burns the chariot in the fire. But be still and know that I am Yah. Be still and know that I am Yah. I will be exalted amongst the heathen. There again, I will be exalted amongst the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Elohim of hosts is with us. Yah of Jacob is our refuge. Yah of Jacob is our refuge. I shared a whole song. Just the same thing is going on right now in the land today. There's a encouraging song from David, from the music from Korah, not from David, the sons of Korah. All right? But Yah is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. That's what he's telling us. Therefore we not fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried away into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof. All right? We should not. He said that. So Yah is our refuge and strength and very present help in trouble. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Let's go to Psalms 33. Psalms 33. I was reading some Psalms. Psalms 35. Verse 6. Please my cause, O Yah, with them that strive with me. Please my cause, what David says. Fight against them that fight against me. Take hold of shield